everybody, it's me, Kara, also known on YouTube as Princess Sayana. You can also follow my DeviantArt page and check out some really cool fan art. On there I am Princess Sayana. And of course, there's also my Facebook page, Just Saying, where you can see this video as well as checking it out on YouTube. I'll be doing links below. So this is my first official Dragon Ball kind of discussion video. I've done a lot of these before, but this is like the first like fancy thing and first one I'm uploading. So hopefully you guys like it. Anyway, so what I wanted to discuss with Mother's Day coming up, and since like these guys really don't ever get the recognition that I feel like they deserve, is well, just some of the female cast of the Dragon Ball series. More specifically, of course, like I said, with Mother's Day coming up, the mothers. So we're kind of narrowing it down a little bit for starters. Kind of a branch off to of Geekdom. I believe it's Geekdom that did the video of like who's the best dad in Dragon Ball kind of thing. If Goku's a good dad, whatnot. So again, basically we're doing the version of that, but with the moms. And I'm probably going to do my own for Father's Day too coming up next month. So stay tuned for that one as well. But so yeah, we actually don't have a whole lot of moms in the Dragon Ball series. Unfortunately, of course, the show does, focus more on the guys and the strength and power and all of that stuff. So this is kind of one of those topics that doesn't get talked about a whole lot anyways, but so for like the moms of the series, we do see a tiny little bit in Father of Bardock and other kind of backstory stuff with Goku. We see his mother, Gine. Unfortunately, we barely see her. We barely have anything with her. It doesn't seem like she's really super high-class warrior. She doesn't fight. She's not part of her husband's crew. She basically just, gives birth to Raditz and Kakarot, who we better know as Goku. There is some stuff though too, that she had part of the process of getting Goku off of the planet, and when they did, and potentially saving his life and giving us the Dragon Ball series. But beyond that, we don't really know anything about her. Unfortunately, Goku never met her, so yeah, she's a mom. But beyond that, that's basically literally her only play in the show. And like I said, in official, not including movies, I don't even think we ever even see her. Vegeta's mother, oh my gosh, she doesn't even exist. Like, Vegeta never talks about her mother. We never have flashbacks of her. We don't know a name. I mean, I've researched. There is nothing out there. So, the Dragon Ball Wiki has like a year before Vegeta's born that King Vegeta takes his wife, as in he gets married. But that's it. Like, there's no name. There's nothing. So, unfortunately, yeah, at least Goku's mom, Gine, has a name and we see her. Vegeta's mother, nope, nothing. Of course, too, we have other non-existent mothers. Chi-Chi's mother unfortunately passes away the same year that Chi-Chi's born. From what I found from research, it's actually not from giving birth to Chi-Chi. She actually gets sick like when Chi-Chi is still a small baby and passes away before she turns 1 year old. Videl's mother is also completely absent from the show. She does actually have a name. Videl's mother's name is Miguel. Some stuff that I found said that she was actually a singer. And other things too I found says that she left Hercule and Videl when Videl was a very, very, very small child, possibly even a baby herself. I'm not really sure why any human in the world would, first of all, marry Hercule. Although, I mean, he's not that bad of a guy, but that's definitely not who I would ever want to marry. But why you would leave your infant daughter with Hercule to raise, but who knows. I've also found, though, too, in research that things that says that Videl's mother may have actually passed away. So there's that factor, too. So I'm kind of leaning more towards maybe Videl's mother passed away when she was really, really young, just because, again, Videl never talks about a mom. Hercule's never, like, sat over, a wife being gone or something like that. And it kind of seems like, too, like if she wanted to be this singer, this famous person and everything, that, when Hercule became famous, she would be like, oh, hey, I'm his wife. I'm, the mother of his child. Pay attention to me. So my theory with Videl's mother is indeed she has passed away. Bulma's mother. There we go. We have Bulma's mother, Pan Shi, who basically pretty much her role in the series, besides of factor that she gave, she's Dr. Brief's wife. She gave birth to Bulma and her older sister Tights, who basically we don't even know exist or see outside of 1 or 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, as well as if you've I don't think there's a show for Jaco, the Intergalactic Patrolman, but there's a manga out there, so she's in that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that like Panchi seems to have done is, like she said, she married Dr. Brief. She had 2 daughters. Can't really say how much she was involved with raising them. I mean, she lets her 16, 17-year-old daughter adventure around the world by herself on summer break to search for Dragon Balls. So that's kind of a little, yeah, I don't think too many parents would let their kid at that, their teenage daughter travel around the world by themselves. And then also the factor too, Bulma brings home a guy and they're like, oh yeah, sure, you can live with us. And then with Vegeta, oh yeah, sure, you can live with us. Like, hello? At least with Vegeta, she's older, but yeah, like your teenage daughter brings home a guy to live with you. Not too many parents are kosher with that. Um, so yeah, otherwise too, yeah, Panchi basically just supplies a lot of sweets, it seems like, to guests when they show up at the place. Like we see it and a couple episodes for the Cell game starts and everybody's hanging out at Capsule Corp, she's just like bringing in more and more cakes and uh, Dragon Ball Z a little bit later in the Majin Buu saga when Trunks has to, fly home quick to Capsule Corp to find the Dragon Radar. Like Panchi's just like, oh, hi Trunks, you're just in time. Do you want something to eat? Do you want something snacks? And Trunks even comments, before he leaves, is like, what's up with you and food? Because she just like keeps pushing food. Like she doesn't care about looking for the Dragon Radar. She's just pushing food on him. So it's just like, what's up with you and food? So yes, needless to say, none of the past Dragon Ball mothers make my list of top Dragon Ball moms. So then we're focusing more, of course, as my page does kind of focus more on just Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Super. I'm just going to switch to Videl, who, of course, we don't see her officially. Well, Pan is officially born in Dragon Ball Super. There's the 10-year time skip for the last 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z where we see Pan as 4, but we don't really see a whole lot of like motherliness there. So I feel like it's not really fair to like judge Videl yet on her motherhood because her daughter is an infant. There's also the debate of if the last 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z really should be included because we don't really know where GT falls. We don't really know if GT is canon. I have actually found out that Toriyama has actually worked on GT. Like he just didn't sign over his characters to other people and said, hey, do with them what you will. He did actually approve stuff for GT and whatnot, but it still has never been decided, established, confirmed whether or not GT is or is not official canon. There's been several theories, and I agree with them, that possibly GT is like another timeline of Dragon Ball that probably is not going to fit in. Like Super, some people have thought maybe Super is going to be the filler of those 10 years between Z and GT. I think GT is, as said already, like a separate timeline because just how things are going in Super, I don't really see how it's all going to fit together with GT. And just, yeah, most people don't want to acknowledge GT because it's just not great. I mean, there's one season of GT because ratings were not good. Compared to all the other Dragon Ball stuff, yeah, that says something. So like I said, it's kind of really not too fair to judge Videl right now because we really haven't seen much of her as a mom. If you throw in GT, again, it's kind of tricky because we don't really see Videl a whole lot in GT with Pan. But I do want to say I can't judge her too well from what we do see in GT because, I mean, I hate to say it, she's like a 12-year-old girl, but I think a lot of people feel the same. Pan is, in GT, she is spoiled, she's a brat, and I really hate to say this about a 12-year-old little girl, but she's kind of a bitch. I mean, she has like no respect for elders, she doesn't listen to anybody, she just does her own thing, and maybe, it's partially just a teenager. I hope to God my nieces don't get like this when they're that age, but yeah, it's just, a lot of times it's kind of how kids end up when they weren't really enforced and, spoiled when they were little kids, got away with everything. Punishment was never enforced. Um, so we'll have to see how Videl does with raising Pan in Super. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I hope that future Pan's going to end up better than GT Pan. But I mean, right now they kind of don't like, infant Pan squirts her bottle of milk in people's face, and they're like, no, Pan, we told you not to do that. And then she does it to her parents, and they kind of don't do anything. Another thing that bothers me too is like she flies around the room and they're like, "Come down, Pan, come down." It's like, guys, you're her parents. You can fly. You can go up in there and get her and bring her back down. You just don't have to tell her to do it. So we'll have to see. Hopefully Pan ends up pretty good, and later on we can, judge Videl a little bit more on the motherliness when she's a mom for long enough to actually do that. So that leaves us with our last three, who of course are the top three. Um, I'm going to start off with Chi-Chi just because she becomes the mom first. Of course, she's the mother of Gohan. So she's already a mom by the time Z starts. And there's been people who are like, oh, Chi-Chi's a horrible mother and this and that. But I kind of want to disagree because, I mean, if you watch Dragon Ball, Z all the way through, if you even watch into Super, I mean, she does want what's best for her kids. She really, truly does believe with Gohan that him becoming, him being educated and, of course, then he can grow up to get a good job and be able to provide for himself and his family. I mean, who doesn't want that for their child? I mean, yeah, she probably goes a bit extreme when like she literally tells, I think it's Goku one time that like Gohan's education is more important than training and saving the world. Um, so that's a little weird, but we do see, later on, Chi-Chi does realize like with Goten that, okay, yes, I do still want him to be, grow up and like work and stuff like that. But she does also realize, hey, he's the son of Goku. He's going to be the strong, powerful fighter. It's in his DNA. Can't help that. He's going to possibly end up being, like somebody who needs to fight to save the world one day. I need to train this kid. I mean, while Gohan's studying, she's training Gohan in Goten in martial arts. Guys' names are a little too close sometimes. Um, so that's definitely a major evolution in Chi-Chi's character and Chi-Chi as a mom as well. So, I mean, because too, look at it for the junior martial art, the junior world martial arts tournament. Goten comes in a very insanely close second. I mean, of course, with him and Trunks being part Saiyan, there really is no other child competition for them at that time because they're the only two kids of Saiyan blood who, are under the age of 15 to fight in it. But I mean, Goten keeps his ground against Trunks incredibly well. And the only people Goten had ever trained with at this time was Trunks, probably just more seen it as playing with his friend. When Trunks would come over, he would go visit Trunks. A little bit with Gohan before the martial arts tournament, but most of it was Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's the one who taught him basically everything he knew. So she did really, really good there. And again, as I already said, she wants what's best for her boys. She wants them, to grow up to be, productive members of society and to be good people in that. And you see Gohan as an adult, and he definitely does grow up to be a very well-rounded person. He knows how to treat Videl very well and other girls. We see him on the date with Angela in Dragon Ball Z as, filler before the Buu saga starts. So yeah, he's really good. And we see Goten too, as a kid. He's got pretty decent manners. He's got a little bit more manners and stuff than Trunks does. So she does raise very good boys. And that's also another point too I definitely want to bring up. She she does the single mom thing for the first 7 years of Goten's life. And also we see Gohan going from being, 10, 11 years old to being, a teenager. So she's, she totally raises Goten on her own for the first 7 years of his life, and also, brings Gohan through, the wonderful preteen and teenage, the bulk of his teenage years as well, completely on her own, because of course, during that time, Goku is dead. So, gotta give some major props to Chi-Chi as a mom. She does good. She raised some really good kids and everything. So, good job, Chi-Chi. Oh, and also too, if you want to just throw in Chi-Chi as a grandmother, too, we see her with Pan. There's the episode of Super, where she comes over to visit. She's like, "Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting Pan's nap," and she walks in on Gohan and Hercule / Mr. Satan playing catch with infant Pan, and she just flips out and freaks out, and she ends up barricading all of the men outside of the room. I mean, they have to call over like Goku and Goten and like the stronger ones to try to help them out. Cause like, hey, mom kicked us out of the room. She's taking my daughter and wife hostage. Can you help us out? And she just does it to help protect her granddaughter and that. So there's that little talk there too of, just being a good mom and the dad's not getting it and stuff. So yeah, props to Chi-Chi. Next, I want to cover Android 18. This one, I mean, it's a little kind of different because Android 18 is not the, overly, she's just not very emotional. I mean, I don't want to say that she's cold and stuff, but she doesn't really show emotions a whole lot. I mean, when she's reunited with her husband, after Buu kills everybody in the world and they're wished back, she like lets their daughter run over and give them this hug and everything. It's this totally cute, sweet little reunion that I freaking love. And she just, stands in the background, like, gives Krillin a peace sign when he looks over at her. She doesn't run up and hug him or anything either. So, but at the same time, Android 18 is definitely a good mom. She always, she makes sure that Marin's always being taken care of. I mean, if somebody offends Marin, if they make her cry, she yells at them. She might even literally kick their butt. A lot of times too, we see her, she's a lot of the times the one holding Marin and different stuff like that. Of course, too, you just see her together and how she looks at her and stuff like that. It's just, you definitely know she very much loves her daughter. And of course, too, wanting money for her family too. I mean, it might just be part of 18 wanting a very good, life for herself, but also too, if you have money, as same thing kind of with Chi-Chi here too, you can, take care of your family. I mean, money, you have to have money to have a house and to pay for things and to feed your family and stuff. So that's good stuff to have. There's also a, I don't know if you call it just a meme or a picture that I'm also going to post too, and I'll apologize for some of the phrasing on it because it does contain some foul language that I really don't care for a whole ton. But, it comments on I think it's going to be a scene from Super that I haven't seen yet, but it's like, I'm not sure if somebody offends Marin or what, but it's just saying, Android 18's this, tired out mom, but yet, she shows up in a pink tracksuit, to kick the crap out of guys to help save and protect her daughter. And, she fights for her daughter. Like, some people, make her upset in that. Oh, there was one thing. Oh, when in Dragon Ball Z kind of stuff, while the Majin Saga stuff is going on, when the whole group goes out, minus the Z Fighter, well, like the Saiyan Z Fighters, go out to collect the Dragon Balls to wish back the people that Majin Vegeta had killed, Yamcha's flying the plane starts going down, everybody's panicking and freaking out. 18, flies out, catches the plane, lands it nice and safely while Marin's like cheering for her mom, which is so cute. Like, Marin's love for her mother is freaking adorable too. I love their relationship. But, before 18, goes out and does this, like, she hands Marin to Videl, and she's like, here, take Marin. So she's making sure that her daughter's being taken care of too well before she goes and saves everybody else as well. I mean, she could have just like flown out there and left Marin, flying around, being flung around the ship. Nope, she makes sure that, someone's taking care of her kid. So yes, 18 is definitely a very good mother. Like I said, she's not maybe the most emotionally supportive parent, but she is still a really, really good mom. And, too, maybe she'll be, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, too, we don't see. Maybe she's going to be a lot more emotionally there for her daughter as her daughter gets older and becomes a teenager, but she's definitely a very, very good mom. So props to 18 as well. And, of course, we have one mom left who is also purposely left for last because she is, I consider, the best mother in the Dragon Ball series. And that is, Bulma. Bulma basically is the total package of a mother. I mean, she's emotionally there for her kids. I mean, we don't see her with Bola/Bra a whole lot yet because she's just been born. But I mean, in GT, the little bit that we see, she's there. But I mean, we see Trunks we meet Trunks 2 years before he's actually even born. But I mean, we see her with, actual Trunks and then future Trunks. I mean, you see that she loves future Trunks and cares about him as well, even though technically that's not her actual, I mean, it is her son, but it's not her son. It's Bulma from another timeline that actually gave birth to Trunks. But I mean, when he's there the first time in Dragon Ball Z with the Android and Cell saga, like there's one time she runs in and she actually like knocks over, I think it's Krillin and Yamcha and Vegeta while she's holding baby Trunks. Runs over just like, oh my gosh, Trunks, are you okay? She's all concerned about him and worried and everything. And then when future Trunks shows up, in Dragon Ball Super, she's like almost completely ignoring current timeline Trunks because she knows that future Trunks, I mean, something bad had to happen for him to be there. He's unconscious. They got to take care of him. She's all freaking out and worried about him and all this and that. So, I mean, not only does she show great love for her own children/child, prior to Bulla being born, she also shows, great concern for her child from another timeline as well. And actually, I haven't seen the full episode yet because unfortunately I'm kind of at a standstill until I can catch more episodes myself. Lacking cable kind of sucks right now. But I've seen little video snippets and clips and stuff from some episodes of from Super that I haven't been able to see yet. And the one where Bulma and Vegeta and Goku come back from the future, leaving future Trunks behind to continue to fight off Goku Black. you know, she's almost about ready to haul off and smack Lord Beerus because, you know, Lord Beerus said with defeating, taking out Zamasu in our timeline, that would totally change future Trunks's future or timeline, which sadly it did not. And, you know, she's just so angry because, like, you know, you lied. You said everything would be better now that she's seen that future world and seen what, you know, that future Trunks grew up in and what he's dealing with and what he's living in. You know, she's just like so angry because, you know, this her child from another alternate timeline, you know, has to go through all this pain and all this hardship and stuff that Lord Beer said he wouldn't have to by, you know, changing the future because it didn't change. So yeah, there's that, and there's that point too. Not only is Bulma emotionally, you know, there for her kids, she's physically there for her kids. She's, you know, willing to haul off and slug, you know, the Destroyer God for lying to her about something involving her kids. So yeah, Bulma is definitely, I would say, the total package of the mom. She's like, you know, Chi-Chi meets 18 basically. So we definitely have to give props to Bulma. Oh, and there's also the factor too that for, you know, at least probably the first year of Trunks' life, you know, she was technically a single mom until technically her and Vegeta got married, which has been debated on when that actually happened too. But, you know, it definitely does not seem like Vegeta is very involved at all in baby Trunks' life. There's been some hint that maybe she didn't let him be that involved, like when she yells at him for like coming over and looking at his son and making him cry. She's like, get out of here, you know, whenever you do this, he cries. But it seems like he was not very involved. You know, he's not the most super involved parent at all. But it seems like when it comes to like school stuff and that, you know, it's Bulma who goes more often. Or even to the second episode of Super, you know, she actually asked Vegeta, you know, why this time? Why did he finally come on a family vacation with them? Because it's not something that he normally does. Typically, just her and Trunks would go on vacation. And so right there, you know, too, it shows the dedication and everything that she has to her son because, you know, she still does this stuff when, you know, the dad doesn't. So major props to Bulma. So just kind of recapping this really quick because this video is definitely getting longer than I wanted it to be. Yes, I would say the top 3 moms Dragon Ball are definitely Chi-Chi, and Android 18, and then gotta give props to number 1 as being Bulma as the best mom in Dragon Ball. Let me know what you guys think, your opinions, your thoughts. What did you think about this video? Ways I can improve things in the future, because again, this is the first one I've done. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, see you later. Peace.